I'm here with Audrey Schmitz. She is the clay work that's coming here to the Graceful Arts. Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
Okay. I grew up in Missouri, so in the Ozark Hills, but I've been in Oklahoma over half my life. I teach, head of the art department at Northern Oklahoma College in Tonkawa, and my specialty is the three-dimensional arts, which means anything out of clay, pottery and ceramics. I also teach sculpture, and some of my favorite classes are also art history and art appreciation.
Okay, so you're originally from Missouri. What part of Missouri?
Well, it's in the central Missouri. It's in the Ozark Hills. It's exactly opposite of Oklahoma. There are no straight roads. There are no flat spaces. So it's beautiful, very hilly and woody, and really lots of rivers. Very awesome.
Do you find yourself getting any kind of inspiration from there or from around this area?
Well, when I first moved to Oklahoma, this is what I saw. Big, giant sunsets. Because, like tonight, coming over here, because you can see the sun till it hits the bottom.
Yep.
And where I grew up, with all the hills in the way, you always saw it like 3/4 down. But in Oklahoma, you have big, dramatic skies, big spaces. And I still think that's awesome.
It is pretty amazing around here with those. Do you have a favorite piece of art that you consider your prized possession?
Oh, you mean that I made or that
you made?
Well, clay is my favorite medium. And it is, it's the earth itself, which is awesome. This show is called Rooted In. And so for me, working with clay already, I didn't have to stretch very far into the earth. And I did a lot of pieces for this show that have to do with natural plant life. So if you've looked at my work, I've used real leaves, real roots.
Yeah.
I pulled from our garden one of our green bean plants, root and all, and pressed the whole thing into clay. So at the bottom of it, the tile piece, you'll see the roots, and then the stem, and then leaves, and then beans, and it's sort of captured permanently. We're big garden people. Ken and I are both, we've stopped eating meat. We're people who love animals so much we don't eat them anymore.
Aww.
So plant life, I think, is awesome, not just for eating, but nature's cool. So all my work is plant inspired. Local and native trees, the Oklahoma state tree redbud. There are several pieces here with the redbud. Tomatoes, you'll see tomatoes, catalpa leaves, oak leaves, all kinds of cool things.
That's neat.
If folks want to come to see the show, the pieces that I have hanging, because usually you don't think of ceramics as on the wall.
Yeah.
Usually they're tabletop kind of things. The pieces that are hanging I call them tile works, and they are in singles, doubles, and triples. And as I had mentioned about the plants, they go together. So if you see a triple, it's the same plant continuing itself down. And I've made those. These are brand new. I've never done these before. So they're the first ones I've done like that for Rooted In. And so they're so new, I barely recognize them as my work.
They're beautiful. I love how the bottom of them you have the actual, you actually have the real plant in them. It's a neat concept to me, where you've got the actual printing, and then down at the bottom you have. Is that something that just kind of came to you, or have you seen that before?
No, I've not seen it before. I was looking for test tubes, and to do that, I was thinking about that like being the roots, going underground, and almost like specimens, like you would see in a botanical museum. And so I finally found test tubes online and ordered them, and the materials that are in the tubes are the exact same plant that made the piece above it. So the leaves you might see on the clay are actually one of those I rolled up and put in the tube. Some of them have dirt in it from where that plant grew. A couple of them have butterfly wings that I found right near the plant when I got the plant out of the garden.
Aww.
So a few of them, they're kind of cool. They're either plant parts, dirt parts, seed parts, underneath the piece that made the tiles.
That's really awesome. They're gorgeous. But well, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming, and I really enjoyed your art.
Hope everybody comes out.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right.